Hey everybody, it's Garrett, and I'm back from Muletown. Um, was I had a really good time. I was privileged to have a slightly different experience than everybody else. I mean, we all met up and we had a good time. Um, but I was staying with some of the a pipe maker and some industry people, and ended up being invited to this and to that, and that was so I had a little less social interaction with the rest of the community, as it were. But I got to meet some really great people, and I was really happy to have those interactions. Um, got to see my uh, in the past I've used some different terminology, but uh, censorship rules on YouTube have cracked down on what I can say to be humorous. But I met my pipe dealer um, with Ben at Redeemed, and that was pretty awesome. Got to meet a few other folks. If you guys remember the Pipe and Tobacco Talk podcast, and then they had the YouTube series. Uh, Tim was there, and got to meet the guys from Pipe Spores and Pals. Sorry, it's been a heck of a day back home, and I'm still not caught up on sleep. Um, I did manage to, before I got to the show, I managed to survive a plane crash because it was a plane crash on the ground with a car. Our our plane hit one of the de-icing trucks trying to leave from getting de-iced so that we could take off for Nashville. Took me, in total, it was almost 15 hours from start to finish to get, from showing up at the airport to get to Nashville. Um, but man, I met a lot of wonderful people. Got, I just, the social interaction was the best part. Obviously, the having all the other things around, people selling tobacco, people selling pipes, and everything else, like that was great. But um, it's the people that make it. Like I was worried about some social anxiety, but all the things that give me anxiety about groups of people that large when I'm out there, like, oh man, going to stock show here in Denver, it's a big thing that happens, and you are crammed in like cattle. You are, the phrase is nuts to butts. Like you're just, there's nowhere to go. There, like if you have to pee, that's great. It's going to take you 20 minutes to get 20 yards to that bathroom. Um, there's none of that anxiety when at this pipe show, even though it was very packed. Like everybody was friendly. Everybody very clearly had the same goal. Um, they wanted you to have the best time you could have. There's always, there's going to be people who don't see that, and there's going to be people who want to change that to how they think it should be, and they do their best to affect everybody around them. But one fella, for reasons I will never understand, nor could he possibly explain them to me, uh, definitely was doing the Hitler look-alike thing. That was odd. Uh, that's one way to pick a fight, but those people are going to be there no matter what you do, no matter where you go anymore. But I mean, everybody else in the show, like the show in general, just everybody was great. People I've never met before, they treated me like they knew me for years. Uh, there's there's no getting around that. I mean, I know that like I was on I think it was Kirk's live, just popping in and out, trying to. We had a group of people, a social situation with a live, right? Like somebody, we need to interact, and tried to do some of that. But I got to try a whole bunch of cool tobaccos, got my hands on some stuff that mainly for Katie that I never thought I'd get my hands on, um, like that vintage Syrian, the Mac Baron. Everyone knows how much Katie enjoys her Latakia, and I was able to get some of that and some vanilla roll cake, which she also enjoys quite thoroughly. I preferred the flake myself, but yeah, no, I had a great time. I left with more pipes than I wanted to. I did some trading. I only came. I think I'm down two in total. I intended to be down like six, so I got a little greedy. But anybody who was around me that during the show knows I was enjoying every minute of every pipe I got. Um, I missed out on some chances to get um, like some of Ethan's blends and some other people like get samples to take home. I was just so enamored in taking in what the show was in the moment. Like I don't regret all that, but like just trade-offs. I highly encourage everybody who can to go next year. Um, I can't promise I'll be able to go. In fact, I can more than likely say I won't be able to. The way things are at financially for me, but I mean, we'll see. Things change. Opportunities come up. Like it, I could show up, but there's a chance I could show up at Chicago. I don't think it's a big one, but there's a chance. Opportunities happen. Never know. This was an opportunity I didn't anticipate. It was brought up to me in plenty of time to plan, and I couldn't turn that down. Um, free place to stay, helping out with this and that. Like it really lightened the load as far as the idea of going. And if I'm going to go from Colorado to Tennessee, I'm going to go for the entire show. And we uh, we flew out Monday. We stayed. I was there Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday night took off to a gathering, and then yeah, just had a great time. Um, I spent a lot of the time just constantly thinking, man, I wish Katie was here. I wish Katie was here. Like she'd have such a good time. But maybe next time I get to go, I'll get to bring her. It'll be fine. I appreciate everybody, who said hi and hung out, and even just a passing word. I really really appreciate that. And if if I was distracted and you were trying to talk to me, I'm sorry. There was so much to take in. Um, it was just really, it was really great. So I, I didn't come back with the same haul that everybody else did. I didn't show up with that in mind. My goal was to trade off some pipes, get some more pipes that Katie can use. She's using a lot more filters these days. It helps with that. She's having some allergy issues, and that change seems to have helped. So traded in some pipes that couldn't be smoked for ones that can. Yeah, it's March Meerschaum Madness now, if everybody recalls. Now this one is my MBSD from last year. It is starting to color some, And right now it's loaded up with the tin of, or some of the tin I cracked at Muletown of the Gurkha Retribution. Says blended by K. Hansotia. Says it's distributed by M&D wholesale distributors, but I know for a fact that this was produced at the Sutliff factory. So it's not going to be easy to get your hands on. It was given to us, and I actually really like it. Um, I also, for the show, I brought down some Warhorse Bar Red, cracked it there, never had it. Um, Brought down some Planta Black Vanilla. If you guys haven't tried that, that was incredible. Um, some Sutliff Virginia Perique Crumble Cake. There are still places around the country that I've been that have tons of that available. And I think brought some Seattle Pipe Club, the Sutliff produced uh, Special Reserve Flake of Mississippi River. And then, let's see, vanilla. Oh, and I brought the my tin of Wessex Burley Slice, and let me take some of those with me on my upcoming trip. See if I can polish some of those off. Have some other people to meet with if possible. Definitely going to try to meet with 1913 Pipes. Go hang out with him. And then, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get to see Carolina Rose again. We'll see what we can pull off. But I'm gonna try and get some more informational videos cranked out today to release while I'm gone, because there's no way I'm making a decent video while I'm gone. And yeah, no, I look forward to seeing some more from everybody. I just really had a good time, and I wanted to say that I really appreciate everything. Um, it, there's no conceivable way that that show could have been better, from my perspective, and still been what it is. Like, it's not just a pipe show; it's a party. That's how I felt like the Missouri Meerschaum, the anniversary thing is, it's more of they called it a celebration. It is a celebration. It's not a pipe show. They have cops because they're celebrating their anniversary, but like, it's a social gathering, and that is a big part of what this was. Um, the admission fee, if you got the pre-sale tickets, paid for themselves, and then some of the merch they were selling, like this hoodie was $20. It was a Briarworks hoodie, right? This is one of the softest hoodies I've bought in years, and for the most agreeable price. Fantastic. T-shirts were $10. Like, if you got a Peterson pipe, you got some blends to go, or you got a blend to go with it, and 3 cigars, something like that. It was, even the things they were trying to sell you were padded with ways for you to enjoy yourself a little more at the show. I don't think I came across maybe one or two people that were selling at the show that weren't trying to make your experience better. And I mean, that's pretty great numbers. Usually you have a lot more people just trying to take full advantage of the fact that you're there with money. And that wasn't really the case there. It was great. getting to hang out and have some philosophical chats with Dwayne at Dry Creek Wrangler School. That was really great. Talking um, with Shane Ireland from Smoking Pipes, talking with Jeremy Reeves, talking with just any of the Briarworks guys, and even the waitresses were or the bartenders. She's not really a waitress. She was great. Um, she recognized that I wasn't going to be drinking any alcohol, and when I was hanging out waiting to go back to the room, and went out of her way to let me know that, like, hey, there's not a lot of stash of the drink you're enjoying left. Do you want the last of it? Yes, yes, I do. Thank you very much. Because I can't have the other options. I guess there were some options I could have, but I'm not going to enjoy them, so I'm not going to have those. There was a lot of care and consideration. There was even a lady who offered when she found out how bad my flight went, to just drive me to the airport, or even if I got um, fed up with the food truck food, she offered to like cook me a meal. I mean, how often do you travel across the country, run into someone randomly outside a building, and get that kind of interaction? Like, it just doesn't happen. And it's not just the YTPC community that's been great, it's the entire pipe community. And I think that it doesn't get enough credit, right? Like, I I wouldn't have the series of events it took me to get the invite that I got was all because of Flatcap and Lady Fire and their visit to Muletown, in which I saw a pipe that I had seen on Instagram. I saw it was at the show, and it was one of like two left on the table from this pipe maker, and I really liked this pipe, and I had to have it. Um, and I got in touch with Raphael, and they had left the show for the night, and uh, he told me, I'm pretty sure you can still reach him on Instagram. Got in touch with this guy. Well, he turns out he lives in Colorado, and we met up, and now we have a friendship. In addition to, like, I'm a happy customer of his. I love that pipe. Um, None of that would be possible without the YTPC, but on the other end, the show isn't possible. All of those other pieces aren't possible with the rest of the pipe community. And it's not just people with cameras in their faces that are talking to their cameras. Um, it's people who go out of their way genuinely to just be a part of gatherings like this. I wish I had more time and money to do more of it. I genuinely think the world would be a better place from my perspective if I did. But, at least for me it would be better. Um, but I don't and I can't. And I really, really cherish the times that I can because, I mean, that was great. I understand I said that like 75 times, but that was great. I got to meet some of the newer guys, and by newer I just mean that um, we haven't had a chance to interact as much. Uh, I got to meet people who just are commenters. The only other dedicated commenter I'd met before this was Lurker Troy, who I'm sure is watching this. And you should have been there, Troy. You would have had a great time. But yeah, I can't say enough. There's no way on earth to say enough. Um, I've heard all of the negatives about going to pipe shows, and I was concerned that that was all I was going to experience, and I didn't experience an ounce of that, except for the Hitler dude. That was off-putting. But that's not anybody's fault at the pipe show. In fact, it's a positive sign at the pipe show that nobody took action, as they would have been justified to do. That is that is an invite to people's reactions to come dressed like that. That is a choice that somebody made, and everybody else chose to be the bigger people and leave that guy alone. And that says a lot about this community, because everybody also goes out of their way to make sure you feel comfortable. And it's, if you can go to any pipe event, you should go. Even the local ones where you know, one of your retailers, maybe not one of the big guys from a shop, but you know, a brand representative from a brand comes around to your local brick and mortars or semi-local. Like, even participating in that is worth the trip, the time, the effort. Um, but yeah, I gave some extra pipes to some extra giveaway pipes over to Kirk, Carolina Kirk. Um, I think we might be working on. I'll give him some other stuff for a giveaway, perhaps. I don't have a lot of time to take care of the giveaways these days. To, like, go through the comments, check everybody's names, and do the thing. I don't have a ton of time. So that's how I can contribute. If anybody else wants a hand, and he didn't ask for a hand. I just sort of volunteered him, and he was gracious to accept it. Um, but if anybody wants a hand with giveaways, reach out to me, and we'll see what I can do. Um, I'm not saying I can do a whole lot, but I'm happy to help if I can. And yeah, I guess I'll let you guys go. I'll quit rambling about, gushing about how awesome things were. It was. I just wish more of you were there. Not that there was room for it, but I wish more of you were there. It would have been all the better. Make sure you guys check out the, if he's posted it up again, the live from when we were at the pavilion with Kirk and everybody, and Sal Dog, and um, had a pretty good time. It got really windy, and I tried to crawl inside the fireplace to get my pipe lit where there was going to be less wind, and that worked for a minute, and then my tobacco went out again. Um, I had to crawl back up there, and then the wind had gotten even stronger and was whipping up the fireplace. So it stopped working. But make sure you check out some of that footage. I know there was plenty of people filming stuff. Captain Burley Slice, Pipe Hunter. They've got bits and stuff that they've put out. Yeah, I gotta stop. Go on about this for hours. I will say, make sure that you have plenty of places to sleep. Sorry. Make sure you have plenty of places to sleep and time to sleep, and you don't overbook yourself, or you're going to be like me, where you're so low on sleep you don't know what day it is. I lost track of what day it was when Katie came to pick me up at the airport. And I said, yeah, I think on Monday we'll go do that. This is Monday. Is it? Is it Monday? Oh, wow. I thought it was Sunday. Keep going to bed at, 3 or 4 in the morning, and then waking up the same day, which feels like a different day. It drags on. If you do go, make sure you can get plenty of rest. But even if you can't get plenty of rest, it was worth it. It was pretty great. We'll talk to you later. Hope everyone has a great time or a great night. And hopefully the next video or two I can whip out here We'll make it up while I'm out of town, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.